Alrighty, here we are back playing some Tropico 6. This is episode 6 of the Communist Utopia playthrough. So let's get into it. Okay, so here we are. I kind of want to wrap this up within the next handful of episodes and move on to the next series. But let's see how things are going. We're gonna need a lot of electricity. I'm probably gonna get the population up to around 1,000. I think that's kind of where it's gonna sit at for a while. We want to put all of our budgets, even on factories, always on the lowest setting.
Number
It's been a while since I checked this, so let's check the soil degradation of this area, and it seems that the second manure spreader is really helping out. It looks like all the soil degradation has gone away. So that's really convenient. I believe I changed the constitution topic back to free trade, so that's pretty cool. And so I'm going to be keeping an eye out for import trades. For the other things we need are electronics and there's one other thing, I forgot what it was. Let's go and see what it was. And the almanac, resource overview, consumer goods. So electronics and pharmaceuticals. So these are two things I won't be producing. And then I want to start producing apparel, but what I realized is that I made this apparel building over here, the fashion company. As a matter of fact, we're not going to be able to produce apparel with it. Reason being is we don't have cloth. And so that's going to be, I believe, our last industry building, a textile mill. And so we have the money for it. Problem is that it's pretty demanding. We're gonna need, actually we kind of have a lot of coffee. A lot of coffee already. Check our population. We're gonna need to do even more of these raids, at least until the population completely catches up. Let's check what jobs nobody wants to work at. Yeah, so the plantations are starting to suffer because there's all these nicer jobs in the middle of town. But the textile mill requires either either wool or cotton. And then you can get a better consumption rate on it by doing unified weaving or something like that. It's an upgrade and it requires both of them. And so that would be nice to have, just a bit more efficient. So I'm going to place this building down, a textile mill. As of right now, it will be able to produce because we do have cotton already on the island. I know we definitely have at least one cotton plantation somewhere around here. Yeah, so we have one cotton plantation. And that's probably enough to fill up our textile mill here. But it would be nice to get down some sheep. Actually, yeah, llamas would be even better. This is going to provide us with even more wool, but on top of that we can also get some additional manure from these for our manure spreaders, just to keep them like completely over the top so we never run into manure spreader problems, because if we run into manure spreader problems and then I don't pay attention to it for a while, it could get to the point where these will be like a really low efficiency for like a long time, and that would be annoying. But hopefully we won't run into that problem. Let's check out our research. Let's do research on light bulb ban. As soon as we get that done, I'll start putting down some more of the wind turbines. And then once we get down the wind turbines and start electrifying our housing, that'll be around the time that I'll construct our first TV station. And once we have the TV station, then we'll start pushing everyone towards our final faction, the intellectual faction. And so that'll be cool. Starting to get lots of religious, lots of communist. The environmentalist faction is picking up as well. Let's see what isn't being affected by this radio station, wherever it is here. So like these buildings over here, a couple buildings out this way, but pretty much everyone, and I guess the lumberjacks, but everyone's being influenced by a radio station set to this work mode. Radio now, and radio now. So almost the entire population will be slowly pushed towards the environmentalist faction, and that'll be nice because I'll support the environmentalist faction. Happy Meat is already making them pretty happy. Religious faction, Good Old Days, is making them happy. The fact that this is a theocracy is making them pretty happy. The communist faction, there's all sorts of edicts that we have activated, and there's even some more that I can activate to get an even higher standing. So I would like to max this out. I don't know if I can get the religious faction standing any higher. The environmentalists, there's definitely some edicts out there that I can activate to make them even higher. And then the intellectual faction, once everyone's intellectuals and we have a bunch of improv theaters around, then they will have a maxed out standing. And so that'll be pretty cool to see happen. We just got a waste treatment facility, put this on refuse incineration and the lowest work mode. And this is going to give us even more electricity, so let's click on a building that requires electricity and check out. I have a feeling. No, I don't know what the problem is. We gained electricity there, but we lost some. That's okay. Put these on the lowest budget, loose load limit. Go through and double check all of the factories out here, make sure everything's on the lowest budget. All the housing on the high budget, and then armed caretaker. That's the settings that we're going to go with, at least for now. The fashion company will be really nice to have set up, because that's going to be just another good that we can put into our groceries here. So right now we're producing rum and chocolate, but hopefully pretty soon we'll put toys and furniture and all sorts of stuff in them. Oh, as a matter of fact, no, never mind. Goats only produce milk. Okay. Textile mill is done. Lowest budget. Maybe I would do organic dyes. If the pollution kind of gets out of hand, then I'll go with organic dyes. Workshop expansion. Well, we already don't have enough jobs, or like employees to put in job sites, so I won't do the workshop expansion, at least not right now. Increases efficiency by 10, requires 50 megawatts of electricity, uses both wool and cotton as long as both goods are available. increases the output by 15%, while both goods are used to produce cloth. So that'll be really convenient. So cotton, 8,120. And if we check the output of a cotton plantation, 8,120. So technically, if everything's on 100 efficiency, then one cotton plantation should supply one textile mill. But this has a lower efficiency than the cotton plantation, so the cotton plantation should comfortably produce enough. Let's check the wool output. So, and then 2 llama ranches should supply the textile mill. We'll get 3, and then they'll have not the greatest of efficiencies, but that'll be okay. Put these all in pasture prohibition. We can do shaving pins and the vaccination upgrade. So now this one's back up to 81. Pasture prohibition. Cool. And then once the textile mill starts producing a bit of cloth, we'll be able to start producing some apparel. And what I could even do is make, like one thing you could do is, we have 2 cattle ranches here. And so what you could do is the tannery to produce leather from hides. And we're already producing some hides, so you know what, I'm gonna check this out. We'll see how this works out. This could be pretty cool to see in action, but then again it might not be. Starting to run into spacing issues, but this is going to be the actual last factory I build, I believe. I don't think there's anything else really that I'm going to be trying to get down. We should be good.
Presidente, welcome. I believe there is a place for you in my new world order.
Thank you, Russia. And if I'm like hurting for money for a while, then I can turn these down one setting, or maybe take them off armed caretaker, decreasing the budget, the amount of money we spend on it, and the income will stay the same, so we'll generate more money from the rent, but I don't think that would be super ideal. And then also something I forgot to do for a long time was rebuild our old fort. So we need a fort and like 3 guard towers down. And so what I was thinking, like I kind of like dreamed about it last night, it would be cool to set up a bunch of embassies here and to have them like surrounding the old fortress. And so I think that would just look pretty cool. In terms of this raid building, do I even need this anymore? Are we gonna intimidate neighbors? Do any of this? No. Guerrilla patrol. So our population is gonna be so happy that we shouldn't have to deal with this. Rebels, there should be no reason to rebel against the state here. And then we don't need to sabotage anyone, because I plan on making them all my allies pretty soon. So we're going to demolish this building. It costs $20,000 over its lifetime, so we don't need it no more. We're going to keep the pirate code to abduct people into our communist state. So we'll leave that up for a while. Okay, so this building is now producing. It's got a little bit of cloth and it's starting to produce some apparel. The tannery, put this on the lowest budget as well. Leave it on well measured. And let's check the input. It has an input for 4,640. And the cattle ranches have a hide output of around half as much. So these 2 cattle ranches should supply it. Yeah, so I think right now we're at a point where everything is perfectly taken care of. And that'll be really cool. So let's see. Input 4,640, output 4,000. Oh no, we need a second tannery. Okay. And what I could do instead is build up some crocodile. Crocodile ranches. That might be the move. So let's see the leather output. So we need 4,640, and we have half as much as we need from this leather, this tannery. And so to get the rest of what we need, I believe 2 crocodile farms should suffice. Or crocodile ranches. And boom. This might be the last of the ranches eventually, way in the future. Maybe on like the last couple episodes. I like the last episode or two, I'll go through and replace all of these with the modern versions. That's going to require a lot of electricity though. And so I'll get like everything else done, like all my other plans for stuff done first, and then that'll be like one of the last few things I check off. Alrighty. Minimum budget, chainmail gloves, more veterinary vaccination, pasture prohibition. Now we have kind of a lot of jobs though, so we need a lot more population showing up. And then on top of that, we need more housing. That would be the move. I like the idea of a green one here, and then maybe an orange, and then a blue. So in these areas, I mean, I could build up another tenement here. And then tenements all along this back space right here. So a tenement could go here, and then a tenement can go here and here. And then that leaves a bunch of space for parks. So I'll put a park here, we'll do this one here. Turn off random variation and just come down the main road here. Putting some of these. And then in front of our embassy, we'll put 2 of these ones. I might move this embassy around. I probably will in the future, but for now I think this looks decent. And then right here we need another park. So we'll go with this one. Okay, cool. Solo Island is producing almost everything of its own, which I think is a pretty cool communistic idea. To be like a completely organic state, like the only things we're importing are electronics. So like phones and stuff, and pharmaceuticals, like pills from other countries. And so I think that's pretty neat. Everything else, like all the clothes and stuff, we produce it. Ooh, I can import electronics now. So I'm gonna do this. Oh, we don't have a customs office, so there's nothing much I can do to get a better deal. But there's a high chance that I'll never see this again. Importing electronics from America. So I'm gonna sign this deal. Yeah, I'm just gonna sign that deal. And then there's no pharmaceuticals or anything, that's okay. Our electricity should be going up a little bit because we're starting to affect more buildings here. Let's check the pollution. The pollution of the island should be like pretty near 0 everywhere, which is what we're seeing. That's pretty cool. A very nice and clean island to live on. We'll put all of these on these work modes and budgets. Vacant jobs, vacant homes. After these next couple of tenements are done, we'll be in a pretty comfortable spot, and I think I'll let the population catch up. A cabin was destroyed. Oh yeah, I was supposed to move this a long time ago, but I never did. I think I'll leave it for now. It looks like our population is starting to fill into this church, which reminds me that I should definitely build a church sometime very soon, because I haven't built one in a while. Maybe I could put one right here, and then maybe like one right in the middle of this plaza here. Like right behind the high school might be a good spot. Yeah, I think that's definitely what I'm gonna do. Then we can put a park here. Okay. Lowest budget, pasture prohibition, chainmail gloves. Okay. Let's check our population now. So yeah, we need around 58 new people to show up onto the island. And then we'll be in a very ideal spot. Maybe instead of like one of these tenements, I could have moved this construction office over to kind of get it out of the way. So here might be like a good time to put it in ×4 speed to quickly get what we want, but the problem is that like there might be something that I could be doing. So like let's check our expenses, check the upkeep. So the houses are costing us $24,000, but the thing is that we're still collecting 29,000 from them. So we're making money off of the tenements. They're not net negative. And so it's just like times like this is when you want to be kind of like checking what your problems are, seeing what you can construct to do better. Cabin 17,000 for services, rents. So we're making money off the cabins as well. But we can make more money off of the tenements by lowering the housing quality. Let's see what it goes down to. 50. You know what? I'm gonna call it. We're gonna go with 50 for a while. This is gonna generate us almost $40 per tenement, and we've got like 20 of them.
Great Wall became so long? A collision of insane ambition and extremely cheap labor.
That's pretty funny. We'll probably end up inviting China to an embassy. Here we are trading away $50,000 worth of stuff, and once the factories really catch up and start selling a lot of stuff, we'll be able to export our goods. So we didn't make as much money because we imported $10,000 worth of electronics here. And as a matter of fact, what I kind of want to do is set up a warehouse. Don't want to tear down all the trees right next to a coconut harvester. And then I said I was going to put a church right here. So maybe right next to the church we'll have this warehouse. Not sure. So yeah, never mind. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is something like this. Maybe I could even just build the churches now. So I want to leave a 1 space gap so that it's not like right up in its face. Maybe what I could even do is leave like this. Come over here and build this church here. So I'll let these churches get constructed, and then I'll determine whether or not we need more afterwards. And then on top of that, we needed a warehouse. So on this side, I won't leave the 1 space gap. Build it up something like this. So now we can fill in all of these areas with some parks. Cool. So now this little area is all done as well. pretty much all of this is. So right here, let's check on all of our clinics, see how they're doing. So that one's stocked, or not stocked, but completely booked, completely booked, completely booked. This one isn't completely booked, which tells me that we don't need another clinic, at least not right now. So sometime in the near future, I'll probably end up constructing one, but I think we'll wait until we're on to the next part of the city. So all of this, what I'm going to do is go through and just build parks up through this area. I want to check and see. We don't have any known criminals. Let's go over here and check on this. Yeah, so we don't have like a whole lot of criminals. That's pretty nice. We check the wealth. There's 5 well-off people. I wonder why. Maybe. Yeah, okay, so the lumber mill is giving a decent wage. Didn't mean for that to happen. So we'll set this on the lowest budget. We could also do power saw. Finger insurance. Probably a good idea. It increases the upkeep, but if we're going with the lowest budget, then that's okay. And then power saw. If they're within the... They are. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and just get power saw. Pretty expensive, but I think we'll be okay. So 2 logging camps can easily supply a lumber mill, and so then we have 2 other ones, and so we have definitely enough for the lumber mill as well as this toy workshop, but something else requires some logs, a fireworks factory. So we might start running into problems sometime pretty soon with not having enough logs, and so we might put down a couple more logging camps pretty soon. Oh, so this is finished. So what I want to do is anything we're exporting, I want it to come here. So if we come down, we can find electronics somewhere around here. Made in Tropico just went up. So now our groceries have all of the food types in the entire game. And on top of that, they're selling rum, apparel, chocolate, electronics, furniture. And so that's pretty cool. Same thing with the other one. I wonder, because consumer goods are supposed to be stocked into these, but it kind of doesn't look like balloons or fireworks, which are DLC things. I don't think that they will get stocked in. That's kind of a shame. Same thing with toys. It doesn't look like any of the DLC stuff gets brought to the groceries. Which is like kind of annoying, but I mean, I wasn't going to use rubber for anything else really. Or coconuts. And any extra wood can come here, so I mean, it's whatever. So electronics and then pharmaceuticals. Let's try and see if we got a pharmaceutical trade. No. I mean, we could bring some in, but it would be really expensive. Put these all on the lowest budget. Get pompous bells for all of them. I mean, that's really expensive, but I think we'll be okay. And it looks like we are growing crops on top of bricks out here. That's okay. I mean, what I could even do is just demolish this and replace it with a different park. Let's check our population now. We're getting pretty close. 36 and 36. Let's check workforce occupancy. It's still plantations that are doing bad. They're doing worse than everything else. Check residential occupancy. This house here, there's 1 person living in it. And then this one over here, even though it's in the middle of the city, it's like, I think people would rather live in the edge buildings instead. But like I was saying earlier, just a second ago, we don't need to have this area completely open. let's go ahead and fill it in with a bit of stuff. Cool. This park doesn't have the different bricks. Ooh. Now this whole entire area is done. And we're getting pretty close to having all of this done here. And so, the very first time I set up a communist utopia like this, I kind of was like going over here and doing this, and then I'd move to this part, and then come back and forth, and eventually got to the point where I just like wasn't even filling in zones at all. And then I realized my folly, came back and started changing it up, and that's when I realized that I should definitely focus on certain things first. So all spare electronics are being brought to our warehouse, and you know what, as a matter of fact, I don't think this is such a great idea. The resources we're gathering aren't finite, and as a matter of fact, I'm just gonna sell all of our electronics. Reason being is that we'll make money off the electronics, like a pretty good amount of money over time. And then if we get better deals, then ideally what I could even do is set it up so that we have 5 imports for electronics here, and then 5 imports for pharmaceuticals. And so that would just give us like a whole bunch of money, and like we'd be making a bunch of money, and then like the population could just use the electronics and pharmaceuticals. So I think that's what I'm gonna do. Once the electronics are brought from this place, then I'm just gonna deconstruct this warehouse. We don't really have a use for it.
These thieves! They are stealing from right under our noses. I fear for the safety of our facial hair.
So consumer and food goods. Electronics, I believe, are a consumer good. So people are stealing these electronics now. Pretty unfortunate. Hopefully this gets brought out pretty soon. Oh, someone just brought it up, so we'll just demolish this. And demolish all the stuff up front. Cool. So we'll figure out what else we want to do. Some different plans. I really like this island though. It's pretty cool to see like an island that like makes almost all of its own stuff, and it's ran completely off of clean energy. I just think it's pretty funny. Check our research. We're really close to being at the point where we can start we're really close to the point where we can start electrifying everything. So let's go and activate this edict. Light bulb ban. Decreases the power requirement of residential buildings by 50. Increases pollution of each garbage dump by 20%. We don't have any. Increases the upkeep of each waste treatment facility by 50%. Okay.
I have an idea. Bing! It was a visual gag involving holding a light bulb above my head, but I suppose that doesn't work in text. But these kind of incandescent bulbs are not very energy efficient, and the filament always breaks at the most inconvenient moments. The new fluorescents are so much better, if we ignore the mercury poisoning and so forth.
Cool. Let's go ahead and activate that. That's weird. The words kind of move. Anyways. So let's see what's cooking up next. Literacy program, that's fine. Let's see how much spare electricity we have right now. We have 6. Not ideal. And in order to get the most bang for our buck, we'll leave these on the lowest budget and keep them in catch the wind. So let's go ahead and build a handful more. So each of these is 2 tenements being electrified. So there's 6. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, but we can get 2 for each. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 1, 2. So we need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. We need 6 more. And then I'm going to go ahead and just build all the electricity that we'll need to electrify everything. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, that should be enough. Let me double check something. We can come over to... There is, I believe, a way to check how many... Yeah, so there's 23 tenements. And so if we round that up, or if we divide it by 2 and round it up, we get 24 divided by 2, 12. So that means that we would need 12 additional 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay, so we should have enough electricity for this. And we can hopefully electrify the entire island. That'd be really cool. This is all getting pretty expensive, and I think really the only problem is that we just don't have the workforce for like the production buildings. That's why we're losing so much money. Because you might recall in the previous episodes, we were making like $50,000 every time a ship showed up. But I think the problem lies strictly in the fact that we don't have enough people working in these production buildings out here. And that's literally the only problem. Let's go to food happiness just because I'm curious. Food providers. So the only thing, oh, see, a coconut harvester is providing food to the population. So we'll just allow that. And click back on food. So now it's just groceries. 2 groceries, that's the only way to get food. So you need a job if you want to live on this island. Alrighty. Let's check the wealth. Well off, it's probably because this lady is a criminal. And then this lady works in a clinic and she doesn't have... She's not married. So that's making her well off, and so... like if she got married, then she wouldn't be well off. Unless she got married to another doctor. Another rescue raid done. I think we have enough room for... Okay, I'm gonna cancel the rest of the rescue raids here. Right click. Come over here, click on this one. Cancel mission. Okay. We're in a pretty good spot right now. So I'm gonna leave it here. We'll let these people get acclimated to how this island functions. Let all these get built up and then we'll start electrifying stuff. Trade, let's see if we got any deals for anything. Doesn't look like it. So here we are back up to a $50,000 export. That's nice to see. And if we check out workforce occupancy, because we got so many people now on the island, we're getting pretty close to having every building worked in. Looks like no one wants to work in this coffee plantation though. Yeah, we'll just leave it. And let's check residential occupancy. Almost all the houses are lived in, so we're generating the maximum amount of money from the rents. We're pretty close to it. And hopefully people realize how great this island is and they start, no, the Caribbean happiness is really high, so we're gonna have to get that up. Healthcare is at 70, so that's pretty convenient because that's the maximum service quality we can get on clinics, so that means that we have enough clinics for everyone. Fun happiness is pretty high. Faith happiness should be going up because we're starting to get more churches down. Childhood museum is... oh, whoa. I've never seen that. Theocracy. Religious buildings emit crime safety like police stations. Oh, that's really nice. Having the theocracy means that we don't need to build as many police stations. Employees of religious buildings arrest criminals. Decreases global liberty by 10. And the overall tourist rating by 5. Increases religious factions standing by 10. Anyways, once we get like another church or two, then we should have the faith happiness up to 48, which is as high as we're going to be able to get it. Food happiness, so the reason it's not at the max setting, I think, is because we just don't have quite enough groceries. And that's really probably the only thing stopping us from being at the maximum. So let me think here. I don't think there's any way around it. I'm just gonna have to build another grocery. So let's build a new one here, right next to the church. Put it there. And build the road all the way down to right here. This means that I can fill in this front area with a handful of parks. Cool. So once this grocery gets constructed and we fill it in with more goods, people should start using it, and then I believe the food quality will go even higher, because right now the only thing, like, we have buildings that give 100 food happiness, it's just there isn't enough of them, so that's our current cap, I believe. Housing, once we start electrifying everything, this should go up, and once I'm comfortable with the amount of money we're making, I can push all the budgets up, and we'll actually lose money every month on the housing, but we'll have 100 housing quality for poor people, which will be nice. Job quality, really the biggest thing that I need to do is upgrade our production buildings out here to the modern versions, and then that should probably go up to around 70. Liberty, crime safety, let's check crime safety. It is pretty low. With a couple of police stations built around, then that'll hit all-time highs as well. We have National Day enacted, so that's why the crime safety of the whole island is pretty low out here. Not much of a problem, but just kind of annoying. What I think... oh, cool. So that ended.
The palace confirmed today that the perpetrators of the recent consumer goods and food thefts have been caught red-handed. Red, presumably, after burning them on hot property.
As a matter of fact, it would probably be the most ideal way to go about it would be to move this lumber mill closer, because everyone's got to go really far to be able to make it to this lumber mill, and so I think that's really slowing down production, which is why our furniture factory is running into problems. I believe our tourists are still probably pretty happy. In this building's lifetime, it's made 12,000. In this building's lifetime, it's made 6,000. This building, 61,000. That's really good. 42. Another 30,000. 7,000 here. 3,000 there. 8,000 there. So the whole entire tourist industry on these little islands is working pretty good. I really like it. I mean, definitely the most unique tourist little industry that I've set up. I've set up all sorts of stuff, like in the capitalism Utopia that I made. There was, I mean, I would mix in all sorts of skyscraper hotels all throughout the city and then build all sorts of tourist buildings for them to visit. But on top of that, I had like a theme park, and that was really cool. It took a long time to set up because there was just so many parks I needed to put down. And in the end, it wasn't really like that efficient, but it really looked cool. But this one's both efficient and it looks alright. What I don't like is the fact that these cabins have like bricks. It would be cool if they were just like dirt, or if they didn't have anything. But that's okay. El Presidente the musical increases upkeep by 20%. Each citizen visiting theater has like a 50% chance to increase their approval. Pretty intense. So the overall happiness is pretty stagnant. It's kind of going up, but we need it to be above the Caribbean happiness for everyone to be really happy. And so we're going to need police stations, we're going to need some more media buildings, and potentially, what I could even do, no, I don't want to do that. I could, oh, I have the right to bear arms activated. Maybe I could turn this off. No, we need the liberty. No, it's fine. All I need to do is construct some police stations, and then we'll be okay. Yeah, we should be fine. Let's check our research. Almost have the literacy program, which means that people will be graduating from the high schools pretty rapidly, or from our one high school. What's nice is that adult citizens, usually whenever they go to a high school, they're broke, and so it's really like kind of annoying to have like a bunch of adult students in the high school. But what's nice is that we have, what's it called, enacted Social Security. So all of our adult students make a poor wage, which the entire island's poor, so it's really nice. You can just show up here and just become part of the system. So we'll activate literacy program, which will increase.
As it has been to have most of our citizens incapable of reading, certain judgmental nations have accused Tropico of being a backward backwater. Fortunately, it was written in a foreign newspaper, so not only did nobody here see it, they couldn't read it even if they had. However, if you decide you should like to have more citizens who could read and write, we can always throw money at the school system and see what happens.
Okay, so it's increasing the efficiency by a flat amount, 25%, which is pretty nice. And it increases the upkeep of all high schools and colleges by 25%. We're not building colleges, but it's increasing their upkeep. So let's check this out real quick before we enact it. We're at 65% efficiency. And let's say we wanted to go up to, so from 65 to 90, that's a 25% increase, I believe. So 285 and then 0.5, yeah. And so we're spending $81 extra. On top of that, our workers here are getting a better wage. And so we're spending a whole $40 extra. And these people, a lot of them become well off. So, and that gives us 25%. So if we do literacy program, as we can see, we get the same 25%, but instead of going up by a whole $40, it only went up by $10. And then on top of that, our teachers aren't making more money. And so that's why that's so efficient, at least for our island. And so that's pretty nice. Like it's pretty cool that this is all like this. And so this is also why agricultural subsidies works on a poor island. Oh my goodness, I just deleted a task. Hopefully it wasn't anything important.
Making stuff is good.
Okay. Yeah, hopefully we'll be okay. Oh man, I wish I could see what that was. I'll have to check it in the replay once I'm done recording this. The grocery, for some reason, isn't being constructed. I feel like it's been up for a while. I'm just gonna quick build it. Put it on the max budget. We're starting to run into job problems. So it's time to build a couple of new jobs. Good thing I've recently been deciding on what we should build up. Playa, not a beach. We can build up a police station here. There's something else that I was thinking about though. A police station was definitely what I wanted to construct, but there was like something I wanted to put like right behind it. I think it's fine. What I do want to do is move over this sugar plantation and put the police station to its back. Oh no. We'll build a road all the way up. So now we have this 4x2 here, and let's put some thought into what we want to put there. Oh no. The conservatives are getting pretty upset. And so it enforces early elections, and so eventually we won't have to worry about conservative ultimatums. Reason being is that enforcing early elections is fine, because as long as we have a pretty good support, then we don't need to worry about an election anytime. But the second part is conservative supporters will decrease the personal experience of other citizens they meet inside buildings for 1 year. And so what this means is that conservatives will drag down support for 1 year, and then they'll enforce an election right afterwards. And so the election's whatever. But once we move all of our population away from the conservative faction and towards the intellectual faction, and if we have no conservatives, then we'll never have to worry about it, because an election could happen anytime and it just wouldn't matter. So let's see why they're upset. Cultural diversity is making them upset, and the fact that we built so many wind turbines. I talk about this in the beginner's guide. When I'm talking about electricity, I say if you have a lot of conservatives on the island and you build a huge wind farm, you'll lose all of your support. And this is a perfect example of this happening. And so that's why the conservatives are so upset. But immigration, love it or leave it. I mean, I probably will end up doing this. We don't have immigration researched. I mean, if I do love it or leave it, then I might not need to build an asylum. I'm not sure. Sometimes I wish this game just gave just a little bit more information. Because here it says unhappy. But does this mean just their happinesses? Because if it also includes their political standings, then what I could do is like push everyone towards the religious faction, right? And then the die-hard militarist won't change. And then if I really make the militarist upset by decreasing this little value here, then it would be nice if these people would emigrate because of love it or leave it. But see, I don't know if they will. It might just be their happiness here. So I'm not sure. Either way, I doubt we're going to have enough time. So we have 700 days, that's 700 points of knowledge to research emigration, which is 1,000 points, so we don't have enough time. I mean, we might just have to let it happen. That wouldn't be ideal. Let's electrify all of our 10 mens real quick. So if I right click, it'll be $20,000 and 760 megawatts of electricity. So we need the rest of our wind turbines to pop up. So I'll let them all get built up real quick. Oh, maybe that's why the grocery wasn't getting built. Either way, we got it up now. And we just need buildings to fill it in. It looks like we're gonna run into problems with moving stuff around, so I'm gonna go ahead and build another Teamster's office. You always need more Teamster's offices. And I have a feeling that we're probably gonna need to build some additional housing sometime real soon. So we'll build up just one tenement. Decide on the color I want. Green could look cool there. Maybe we'll put it this way. Yeah, I like the way green looks right there. What's really nice is because of all the goods that we have, the fee income is going up a lot. So it's up to $22. So this grocery in its lifetime has actually made us money, which is pretty cool to see. This one says that it's lost us money, but it's probably just because people haven't been going to this one for as long. I'm not sure. But hopefully we get them both net positive. Want to make sure that all of the buildings on the whole island are influenced by. It looks like we're just making it. Alright, that's pretty cool. So these waste treatment facilities, it looks like every building is being influenced by them. And now we're also influencing this rum distillery now that I've moved it, which I've just realized. I think the reason that people are unemployed right now is because I kept moving buildings around. But that's okay. Just a couple more wind turbines. We should have close to 7. Oh, we need them all on the lowest budget.
Another day, another deep.
Okay, thanks, Mr. Broker. Okay, maybe my calculations were off. No. I don't think that this is taking into account. So it says it requires 32 megawatts of electricity. Let's just get one. And it goes to 16. So now my calculations are correct. We should be able to electrify the whole island as soon as these are done. And then we'll have a police station built up. That'll be nice. Decreasing crime even further. Because crime is pretty bad around the island. That's what I was kind of thinking about. I'm probably going to have to destroy a handful of buildings here and there to fit in more police stations. So as we can see, the crime safety is pretty decent around this one. But we'll probably end up like deleting. Maybe move this clinic a bit. And then do some demolishing right here. Put a police station there. And then we could probably fit one in somewhere around in this area once we move stuff a bit. Maybe what I could do is destroy this Teamster's office and these parks right here. Oh no, it kind of blocks off the way that this church is set up. Okay, we'll figure out how we're going to set things up in the near future. You know what? Maybe what another problem is that... No, I think I did have the building set to the medium budget. So we'll leave the police stations on the medium budget. And what I can do is put it on always on duty. Which means that I need to research. So we'll turn off media independence. And we'll turn off contraception ban. We'll research the police station first. Might be the modern times. No. World Wars. Okay. And then we'll do contraception ban here. Okay. And then Caribbean Trade Pact Association. That'll be the next thing. And I think we're reaching the point where I don't really have a whole lot more that I want to research. But as soon as police stations... Oh, we have a...
It seems that they want the choice in how they are ruled.
What's lowest? Right now it's faith, happiness. And we'll praise the communists. Blame no one. Promise improvement of nothing.
Tropico. Some call it the
So,
valley
these are all done.
shadow of despair.
Let's spend a lot of money real quick.
Valley of the shadow of my home.
Electrify everything.
Our spirits
20K.
cannot be broken. So rise, O
Tropico and despair no more. Your Presidente does not ignore your faith. You need places to pray, to confess your sins, and to nap before Holy Communion. God is everywhere, but it is unwise to worship outside in hurricane season. Our efforts are aided by our communist comrades, to each according to their need, from each according to their ability. Equality for all, especially those who are more equal than others. It is you, my friends, who I thank for making me what I am today. I am proud to be your Presidente. Viva Tropico!
Oh nice, once we level up literacy program, I didn't take this into consideration. Increases the efficiency even further. Looks like it'll cap out at a plus 35. And then it makes the upkeep a little bit better. So that's pretty convenient for us. So we were at $51, now it's $50. And we were at 90, now it's up to 95. And so it looks like it would go up another 5% and be at 100% efficiency on the lowest budget, which is pretty cool. And now all of the housing is, what's it called? Oh, and we finished police station, so now we can put everything on, always on duty. And do second shift on all of them. Let's check jobs. We're doing alright on jobs, we're doing alright on vacant homes. And now the police will decrease crime safety wherever they're living. And so it just helps spread out more of this green around the island. Pretty convenient. Let's just do it for a bit. Put these all on the max budget. And all on armed caretaker. And as we can see, we're up to 90 housing quality, which is pretty good. We can get it higher. So I'm going to buy factory outlet. Increases housing quality of residential buildings within the radius of 12 grid cells by 5% on base efficiency. Direction decreased by 1. That's fine. So we're going to spend all that money real quick and let's check it out. So we're up to 93 here, 93 there. So that's pretty cool. And now I think is the time to start constructing metro stations. So let's see how much spare electricity we have. We have enough for one. Let's build up a couple more of these. Let's do a little considering first though. Where do I want metro stations to be? I think getting a metro station right here. Maybe here. So here, here, actually here, here. And then somewhere right around, maybe right here. Yeah, so here, here, here. Maybe here, right in front of this clinic. And then maybe here. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I believe 5 is what I wanted. And each of them require 20 electricity, I believe, 20 megawatts. And right now we have 20, so we need another 80. And so each of these is producing 33, which means that 3 should cut it. 2, 3, cool. I mean, I could go so far as to quick build them. I'm gonna risk it. We're gonna quick build these 3. And let's build up some metro stations. So first off, go and demolish the parks that I was talking about. Oh no, I didn't want to demolish that one. It's okay. Demolish this one, demolish that one. Demolish. Maybe what I could do is kind of closer to the grocery. Yeah, we'll do that. Come over here. I want one in front of this clinic, I believe. As a matter of fact, I'll put it... Yeah, I'll go with right here. And right in front of this tavern. we'll replace this park real quick. Because I do kind of like the way this one looks right in front of the theater. Alrighty. Okay, now let's go through and construct our metro stations. They're pretty expensive, but I mean, screw it. And they're going to decrease crime safety around the island, but I think we'll be okay. I decided here. Decided here, it looks like. This one's for the working class, so they can get to work a bit easier. And we'll do this one right here. Okay. Let those all get constructed. Place a couple of parks. And we're golden. Alrighty. Looks like we're losing $5,000 every month. But that's okay. So the metro stations are going to be affecting nearby residential zones, as we can see. It's highlighting them all. That's pretty nice because that's going to give a 5-point bonus to all the housing. And so, hopefully real soon, we will have housing qualities close to, if not greater than 100. Like, these will be really, really close. If we're not, then what I might end up doing is... Oh, you know what? I should research the police station before I research these. So World Wars? No, Cold War. Fire station. Contraception ban. Caribbean trade back. Okay. Getting the fire stations on the cat and tree work mode will definitely push a lot of buildings over 100. A lot of the housing buildings over 100 housing quality. So I probably didn't need to do the upgrade factory outlet. That was probably a huge waste of money. Ideally, what I would have rather done is set up fire stations on cat and tree work mode and then put metro stations down. And because we were at 90, right? So, oh wow, what the heck? Why is this at 98? What's the difference here? Why is this housing quality so much higher? Oh, it's because this metro station's up. Lol. And so these ones, as you can see, are at 106. That's pretty gnarly. So once all the metro stations are up, we should be comfortably sitting at around 100 housing quality, which is pretty gnarly. We can do the minimum budget on these, and once I have the money I can do more light, so that we're not drowning in negative crime safety. Let's check the workforce. We have a lot of vacant jobs, and as always, it's probably starting to drain on our production buildings, which kind of sucks. Let's check our education. So it seems like over time we're starting to get more educated people, and hopefully we'll have an entire population that's at least got a high school education. We might need another high school or two. Oh man, there's so many like little things that I want to do. We're about to make $60,000, and as a matter of fact, what I'm gonna do is, right whenever that happens, I'm gonna ask America for financial aid. And so that'll give me a pretty decent amount of money, and we'll use that money to do a lot of good things. It still looks like all of the housing is being influenced by our 2 newspapers here, so that's pretty nice. Uh-oh. There's really nothing I can do about this.
They call me the... I came to see you as soon as I found these were available, Presidente.
Yeah, there's like nothing that I can do. We're just gonna have to eat that. Hopefully we don't get voted off the island. But it's imperative that we start moving everyone towards the intellectual faction. Okay, so we just made a bunch of money there. Ask for financial aid. Pushing us up to $45,000. We can build our first TV station. Aw man, we're not going to be able to do anything with it though. Get rid of all of this. We need to research wherever it is. I believe it's Cold War. We need to research the TV station first. And then next up was the fire station. And then contraception ban. But I will put down the TV station right now. Maybe we could do it here. And then do a park right here. Let's also get the upgrade, more light for all of these buildings. Let's check out crime safety. Hopefully it's not below 50 anywhere. It's getting pretty low around. Right around here I would like to have another police station. As a matter of fact, I might just go ahead and do that now. We will demolish this. I mean, I'd rather not. No, we're gonna have to. I'm gonna demolish this. Also gonna demolish this. And right here we can put a new police station. And what I can do is come over here, demolish this, and put a nice new park here. Cool. This furniture factory is starting to bug me. Let's do something about it right now. What I can do is just move this lumber mill down. Yeah. Alternatively, I could have just built a bus station that goes up here, but yeah, it's okay. It's been a while since I've done any bus stations, so maybe that's like what I should do right now. Just to help the island out a bit more, we can put 2 down. Two bus garages down. Let's quick build them. We can put these on the highest budget, just to ensure that anyone who can ride them will ride them. And we'll put one leading up here, and then put the starting right next to this. Oh no, that's the ending here. Oh no, never mind. I had that right. Okay. The other one we'll put here. And we'll put the starting location way over here next to all these different plantations and stuff. And so now you can live anywhere in the city, quickly hop on a metro station to this metro stop right here, and then hop on a bus in case your job's like really far away.
Now you've done it, President.
Okay, now we have to deal with this.
Learn not to tread on me and my fellow conservatives. We bite back.
This really sucks. Whenever we're running low on election time here, then I'm gonna activate tax cut. Kind of expensive, but yeah, this is really bad. That would suck to lose the election here and then lose the run. I guarantee it won't happen though, so it should be okay. Housing quality should go up to over 100 pretty soon because every house is like at over 100, I think. There's a couple that are not. 96 is over here. 99, couple 99s, okay. Okay. Oh, no. We need to finish the research for this, so we should get that pretty soon. Very soon. Within this next month. We can put this on lowest budget. And global news is the intellectual faction one. Global news. So now, this is all working out. So, we're influencing everyone towards the intellectual faction, towards the environmentalist faction, towards the religious faction, and towards the communist faction. Before we do this, I do kind of want to check out, hopefully this emigration work mode does actually work in our favor. That would be pretty cool. Here we can come over and put it back on contraception ban. And this. Increases religious standing by 25. Okay, that'll give us the 100 religious standing. For some reason, we're already pretty high up. Building efficiency.
Sure the good citizens of Tropico intend to vote for you, Presidente. I myself intend to vote for you.
I'm gonna do a tax cut. Let's hope. Yeah, okay, so we're at over 50%. So hopefully the next time the conservative faction tries to do that, we'll have influenced enough people to where it won't really matter. So, the communist faction, we've just had the newspapers up since the very beginning, so that's their little buff. The religious faction, we have a high school helping out the newspaper. The environmentalist faction, I guess its little buff is the fact that, well, I guess this one doesn't really have a buff, but this one's still doing alright. The intellectual faction, to help it out, what I kind of want to do is make a movie theater. So I think that might be, before we research emigration, is research the movie theater. Movie theater, emigration, contraception ban, and then that. I might be missing something. Yeah, I am. We still want to get the fire stations up. And what else was it? Starting to forget. Theater work modes. Didn't I research the theater a long time ago? Why would you need to research it? We already have all the work modes. That's kind of weird. Anyways. Emigration. Contraception ban. Done this. Okay. Hopefully that's the last time I need to change that around.
Truth comes into your ears only via the voice of Tropico. Do not trust the internet. Do not trust anything but Canal Uno.
Okay, well, this video, I just realized, is getting up to like over an hour and like 10 minutes already, so I'm definitely going to cut it off here. But I mean, the island is looking really good. Come a long way since the beginning, our humble beginnings. And yeah, if you enjoyed sticking around for this video, and if you want to stick around for further ones, be sure to like and subscribe. Peace.